Hello ladies and gentlemen, what's up? This is Papa Bale and welcome to the channel. What we're looking at here is three sections of a hexagonal propagator. And they're not currently hooked up in any kind of shape, just one consecutive, one after the other. So it's going to start here where the wheel would have been, but we take the wheel out and we put a signal generator in, which is for the most part going to have a higher frequency than the wheel, but I don't think we're going to need all that. All right, so I'm going to turn it on. This is just to prove, we're purely electromagnetic field is being used. I'm going to turn this up to 15 or 16 volts. Okay, as you can see, our meter is at 0. I believe I want to start with 100 in. All right, at 100 in, 100 hertz. We're generating that much on this blue coil right here, which is at the end. We are lighting the bulb at the end. Well, it's not the end, see, because this is generating for this coil, which is picking up for this coil, which is generating for this coil, which is picking up for this coil, which is generating for this coil, which is picking up, or which is connected to this coil. But since it already has power supply, it's just adding, right? It's kind of dumping right on top of it. Anyway, that's where it started, so that's where I had to connect it to. And let's get this cap out of here. So I think that's pretty good for 100 hertz. 17, we're at 800 milliamps, 900 milliamps. We're going to put 200 more in. You can kind of hear the coil. This is 800 hertz. We're currently at 18 volts out. 18.5. 17 volts in. 200 milliamps. Let's see what our amps are at. Nine milliamps. Nada. We got nada. Change it to AC, it'll be even less. Oh, 12. Nice. That's not nice, actually. If there was a way to do that, generate more amperage. All these have a core except for one. And it's the last one, so I don't know. Big Blue over here doesn't have a core. Look at that wave. We're at 800 hertz, so that makes sense. Let's do the time. That looks good. We're getting about 200 to 300 volt spikes. in between 2 and 3. This is all on the last coil. What I mean by last is it starts here, the power goes in from the power supply here, and then it goes around, kind of, and ends up back here. I think as soon as we made it, connected it to itself, it stopped being the end over here. It started being just part of a whole instead of being the end of it. So we got our LED right here. We got our halogen bulb for the circuit down there. And then our first, that's lighting up too. So they're all lighting up. That is sweet. One kilohertz. Yeah, that's bright. That's bright. I smell, it's probably the halogen bulb, but I smell like some. Oh, that might be it too. My transistor fell down. Anyway, I feel like this is definitely a success. I can put it into a triangle shape. I need to make specific coils now for it. I got all the materials I'll need. I was waiting for those to come in the mail. I'm going to do 32, probably 9,000 turns. I might make it into like 3 or 4 coils instead of just one, but I think having just the one is going to get us the best pickup. Might not look as cool, but I think just having a more solid piece of copper there is going to benefit us a lot. And so yeah, I think this is good. That's awesome, man. All the lights are lighting up. That's great. Woo! So this is literally an AC. So this coil, one end of it is connected via diode to the end of this coil, and then the other end of that coil is connected back to the other end of this coil straight up, no diode. So it's only directional, going one way in the connections. But I think that's all you need to do to make the whole thing go one way. So I only put one in there, and apparently it's working very well. We're getting more voltage out than we're putting in, but we have no amps compared to what we're putting in. We're putting in 200 milliamps, and we're getting out like 7 or 8. But, I think it's cool. I'm just trying to get all the lights to light up. And then maybe get the other 6 parts of this connected into it. I think these big coils here, these big drives, need to be about half the size that they are. About 750 turns instead of 1500. That would have been great if I would have thought of that earlier. 32 gauge is apparently right on the money, pretty much. It's easier to work with than anything other than, 30 and 32 is like as low as I go. All right, so now we're at 15 and 100 milliamps in. Oh, we're still 100 milliamps in. We're 15 out. A little bit more than 15 out. That's about equal. Let's turn it and see what we get for amps. Again, even though we're only drawing 100 milliamps, that's what we're getting out in amps. All right. So I just wish there was an easier or a better way to get some amps out of this, because I know I'm putting amps in at least. Anyway, I think that's really neat. I hope there's no like proximity issues. I'm expecting there to be a lot of proximity issues when we have all 6 sections in and it's like in the shape that it's supposed to be in. Yeah, that proximity thing. But I'm expecting it, and I'm going to use it to my advantage. I'm going to spin one of my wheels using the proximity fields. It's gonna. I don't know if it'll move, but that's the objective. Yeah. All right. So thank you very much. Peace out. Have a great night. Please subscribe. Bye now.